trekking with mountain gorillas in Rwanda, sleeping in luxurious overwater bungalows of Bora Bora, and walking among millions of penguins in Antarctica. Are some or all of these things on your bucket list? What if I told you that you can get paid to travel all over the world and experience these amazing adventures and stay at the best hotels and eat the best food for free? Yes, I do this for a living. But let's rewind back to the 1980s. I grew up in a small town in northern India. Back then, my exposure to travel was very limited. I don't think I ever saw a travel magazine or watched a television show about travel. The Travel Channel did not exist, and we only had 2 local television stations. I did not have any remote knowledge of travel journalism. To me, this life was as foreign as aliens living on another planet. But my grandmother, who raised me, was the founding member of a peace-building travel exchange program. Think of times when people actually hand-wrote letters. Travelers from all over the world would write to us about their interest in coming to India and wanting to stay with us. The back and forth response could often take months by snail mail. And we would eagerly wait to meet these strangers who would come into our homes and leave as friends. It was these international guests who became my window to the world. Travelers from USA, Canada, Italy, Switzerland stayed at our house and showed me photos of where they lived. It opened my eyes to a big, beautiful world that existed beyond my small town. I also wanted to see those monuments and sceneries, converse in their languages, and eat different kinds of food. I remember some of those guests gifting me coins and souvenirs. In return, I would teach them Hindi and comical dance moves from Bollywood. These travelers opened the world to me, a little girl living in a small town in India, who now dreamt of visiting all these places. And here I am, a few decades later, living a life I couldn't even have dreamt of. From not knowing there was a career in travel journalism to having a deep desire to see the world, I traveled to over 100 countries across all 7 continents by the age of 40. I've had practically all of the experiences that people save for their bucket list. It is as though I've lived many lifetimes already. But the journey to this point wasn't easy. It took determination, perseverance, and going against conformity. See, in South Asian society, we are not just encouraged, but expected to go to college, to get a job, get married, and have kids. When I was in 10th grade in India, I had to choose what career path I would take. The options were becoming a doctor, engineer, or worst case, investment banker. I like numbers, so I studied finance. I went to USA, got my master's degree, and started working in investment banking. I also got married and bought a house. But my dream of traveling was still alive. With a full-time corporate job and household responsibilities, travel was limited to a couple of vacations a year. But I saved all my bonus money to go on these trips. Most people in this position would say that I was successful and shouldn't need anything more. I had a nice job, a home, a loving spouse, and paid vacations. That's all what my family wanted for me. But I was not truly happy. I felt there was something missing in my life. I would sit in front of multiple computer screens from 8 to 5 all day and think about, where am I going to go next? So I decided to make a change, to break free from social norms of being a married woman, working in a stable corporate job, and being a responsible adult. But not like Julia Roberts in Eat, Pray, Love. I did not divorce my husband. I did not sell my house. I thoughtfully transitioned from a full-time corporate career to consulting part-time and eventually became a food and travel writer. It did not happen overnight. It took years of perseverance, prayers, connections, and hard work. Now, I stand before you talking about my achievements. I have written for every dream publication: CNN, Time Magazine, Travel and Leisure, Condé Nast, Afar, HuffPost, Food and Wine, Photos. I have 2 of my own columns in print magazines. I authored 5 children's books on travel. I'm on the road a lot, traveling every other week, and I love every moment of it. When I look back at that little girl from India, I see someone who never read a travel magazine, did not have a role model in journalism, and could not even imagine this life. Her dreams started small, but kept growing and growing to a point that her reality became bigger than her dreams. If I could go back in time and give that little girl any advice, it would be, never stop dreaming and keep chasing those dreams. You too can launch your own moonshot and achieve whatever you have dreamt of. Just know that no dream is too big or too small. And if you completely, from the bottom of your heart, want something, it will, in fact, happen. Thank you.